Group 3 race. It is the January Cup over the distance of 1,800 metres. Glorious Dragon has his first start for Pierre Rung. Money Catcher was the winner of the Group 3 Sasa Ladies Purse. Berlin Tango comes back in trip. We've got Butterfield, who's shown his best form over at Shard 10. Cheerful Days never won beyond 16.50. Excellent Proposal, Happy Valley debut. Celestial Power, Matthew Poon rides for Frankie Law. Looking Great, last start winner, Nelly Fine. And Red Majesty is on the 7-day backup, drawn barrier number 12 after a very tough run last Wednesday night. But 1,800 metres, Nick, great run down to the first turn. B-course, a lovely start also. Who leads?
It looks to be Money Catchers, I think, because he's drawn really well in gate number 1 and he has shown speed, notably 2 starts back when 5th behind Romantic Warrior he went forward. So I think expect a bit more of the same. And look, Red Majesty, for all he's drawn out wide, he'll have to come across. He does like to go forward. So if Harry Bentley can get him out running, he might well put himself in a good spot. Looking Great, probably not too far away. Packing Award, he can also sit a bit more prominently than I think he did recently, Paul.
Yeah, look, Looking Great's not going to take Money Catcher on because they're from the same stable. So, look, that's why I think that'll sort of pan out that way. Red Majesty's the one likely to put some pace on. I thought Packing Award can get a really nice run, and he comes in with a lightweight. From his draw, Rise Brethren's can be a little bit slow out. Excellent Proposal generally goes back. The query horse for me is Berlin Tango from barrier 10. Where is he going to end up?
What's the other option? Go back to second last?
He could go all the way to the back, or he could try and go forward. But if he goes forward, he's going to be wide. So I think more than likely he'll go back.
All right, his drawn barrier number 10 is Berlin Tango. Here are the previous winners of the race, Nick, and Casper Founds won it last year. He's represented by the Little Grey, Nearly Fine this year.
Yeah, Zabrowski, who did a good job last year, obviously notably with a race of this nature, a lot of them lightly weighted. Savvy 9, of course, a couple of years ago. Douglas White, the only man to have won it as both a jockey and a trainer, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you say, lightweights have done well on this race in the past.
Well, we're going to start with a man in great form, and that is the trainer of Money Catcher, Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, the January Cup is the feature race at Happy Valley this Wednesday. You've got 3 runners in the contest. Let's start with Money Catcher. Now, that run in the Hong Kong Cup was very much out of the box. How has he been since then?
He's still good form. He always very consistent, so I just put him this race, yeah.
And since that race, Frankie, was this always the target to bring him back to Happy Valley?
I think for me, Happy Valley, Sharton still one good this horse, yeah.
He's had a couple of runs around here. He's been placed on both occasions. Do you feel he's the type of horse that does handle the tighter track?
Yeah, no problem. He raced before. I think he should be okay.
He clearly is a bit of a class act, and do you feel now that he's just coming to hand, having sort of been a little bit frustrating to start with?
I think after he win the race and he looks, for me he looks a little bit better. I think sometimes maybe when you get the first winner, maybe he'll know what to do.
You've got a couple of other runners in the race as well. Celestial Power is the other. What about him? I mean, he's a horse who sort of, on his day, is a handy type, but what do you make of his chance in this race?
Last time he won a little bit disappointed. Maybe, I think this horse maybe 1,800 should be better, so I just put him this race.
You've also got Looking Great in the contest as well. He was a decent enough winner last time. That was 2,200 metres. You bring him back in trip this time?
Yeah. I think first start this season 1,600, and then last time he 2002. I think for him doesn't have any problem. Yeah.
How hard a job was it, Frankie, to get jockeys? I mean, quite a few of these horses right down at the bottom of the weights. You've got Alex Lai riding this fellow for you as well.
Yeah. As you know, difficult to find the jockeys. And Alex Lai, he's a local boy. I want to give him some chance. Yeah.
Nice to have 3 good chances in it. Money Catcher would be the pick of them in your mind?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Frankie Law on his 3 runners in the January Cup, but we are going to some of the other runners now, Nick, and there's plenty to look at here, including one of Frankie's runners in Looking Great, who had a perfect trip in behind the leader this night, Berlin Tango. He saved all the ground on the inside. Nearly Fine pushes out from back in the field. He's following the winner there at this stage, and Rise Brethren out wide. It was a pace-dominated race. 2,200 they went slowly, and the winner just had a perfect trip.
He did, and look, given a really good ride as well by Karis Teeton to get him home on this occasion. So look, it's a different scenario for him. Obviously coming back in trip, Berlin Tango. There's obviously run a nice race. Rise Brethren finishing off, and Nearly Fine. Paul has done little wrong as well.
Yeah, I thought Nearly Fine and Rise Brethren both really good runs from those horses because they did come off the pace.
Group 1 form here. Here's Money Catcher up outside the leader, turning for home. That is him, Paul, with class all around him. Romantic Warrior. He's up on the outside and he's got a really good race, but he seems to always go a good race no matter what the grade.
Yeah, he could be in class 5 and he still runs a place in this horse. I mean, he goes very, very well, don't get me wrong. He's had 2 runs here at Happy Valley and he's been placed on both those 2 occasions, second and third. He's one you've got to put him for your multiples, there's no question, but he's a bit risky on a win line.
He is, and I think when assessing this race, he is certainly the place to start as far as form is concerned. Look, I mean, he's run a super race here, obviously well held, yes, but it was a good run. But there aren't too many, only one I've found in the last 12 years, or since 2012, that's one with as much weight as this.
And that's 127 pounds. He won the Sasa Ladies Purse with 115 pounds on his back, so 12 more this week than that. Back to the Valley we go. Here we've got Berlin Tango running third. Now, this race was over the 1800, so same distance as Wednesday night. Rise Brethren sneaking down through on the inside. Cheerful Days, he's out very wide. He's got a great record over 1650 and Packing Award. Nick, an excuse, he covered plenty of ground here.
He did, and he's been back to the trials as well. He beat a couple home on that occasion when trialling. But look, Berlin Tango has been holding his form quite well, I thought, of late. And you know, I don't suspect he's going to be the worst of chances in a race like this. I don't mind the run of Rise Brethren once again here, Paul.
Yeah, he ran really well once again, and he's quite consistent. I thought Cheerful Days finished off nicely. He's getting down to a low rating now. It's sort of a winnable rating for him as well. And the other one, you've got to completely forget Packing Award. I think he maps quite well.
Here he is, back in November, Paul, and as Nick said, he has had a trial, but this is what he can do when he gets a much more economical run than last time.
Yeah, exactly, and we saw Dylan Moe in similar colours win nicely with Packing Treadmill. Look, I think this horse has a good chance. He comes in with a light weight. Peter Ho horses are in form at the moment, stable. And I think he can map well, so I think he's a chance.
Yeah, he won this race with Flame Hero in 2016, did Peter, and look, it was a good performance, but this is much tougher.
Excellent proposal, Nick. Complete unknown around Happy Valley.
He is, no trial here as well, and he's a very, very hard horse to predict, Paul.
Yeah, he hasn't won since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, this horse, and that was a long time ago, and that was a couple of years ago.
All right, and finally, Paul, to the trials, the Grey Glorious Dragon. He's had another stable change. He's joined Pierre Rung now. Pierre's given him 3 trials. Have you liked what you've seen? But he does have that top weight of 135 too.
Yeah, that's negative, and also his fresh up record's not good either. So, look, I'm going to watch him go round here with Glorious Dragon. The trials have been okay, but I'm just worried about that fresh record.
Yeah, for sure. And look, the positive, I suppose, is that he's got a decent record from limited starts here at Happy Valley, but 395 days off the track with a poor fresh record. I think I'd like to see him first, but look, good luck to him and good to see him back at the races.
No crossover noseband for Glorious Dragon first up either. Beauty Eternal wins that trial. He trialled safely this morning at Sharpton if you've been waiting for him after the late scratching last time. But selection, please, Paul.
Going to go with one down at the bottom of the weights there, which is the 7 on top here, Packing Award. I think he can map well and he can be tough to beat. Money Catcher, consistent. Cheerful Days is well rated, and Rise Brethren, another consistent horse. 7, 2, 5 and 8.
Yeah, I've gone with the 8 here, Rise Brethren. I thought some of his recent racing had been really good, and in what looks a very open race, lightweight, he was the one I wanted to be with. Money Catcher's got the class form coming into the race. Nearly Fine is lightly weighted and should go well. And Berlin Tango, I think, a bit of the same, having raced consistently. 8, 2, 11 and 3.